Hey peeps, welcome back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 4. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Hey you guys, I apologize for the late post. Life has really been lifing for me this last week, so I apologize. So we have a few housewife updates. You guys probably already heard this, but Gina and Travis have launched their own real estate group called the Gated Group. They have commercials and everything, and I absolutely love this because you never know when they're going to say you are no longer needed on the Housewives and you have to figure out another form of income. And I think that Gina is doing everything right here. So I'm wishing her and Travis the very best. Then I was online and I noticed that Carlos King had a little message regarding Dorit and PK.
I'm now being told that allegedly Dorit and PK is fooling the audience with this divorce storyline based on his alcoholism, which is why Dorit is telling everybody, including the post office guy, the milkman, and her gardener, that PK has a drinking problem. And it's because they need this money. And they're so dire in funds, allegedly, that Dorit has nothing to lose. And she has to make sure she is the marquee name of this show so that they can get money. And I was told the reason why Kyle said to Dorit in the first episode in their sit down, "Who are you? Why are you acting like that?" They feel like Kyle understands that Dorit is desperate to keep this job and keep her check, that she is going to expose some very confidential things that Kyle has said to her in their private moments.
Oh, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that Dorit has been on the chopping block quite a bit over the last couple of seasons. So if it turned out that this was all manufactured, I wouldn't be surprised. Not at all. So you guys, get down in the comments. What do you think? Do you think this is manufactured? Also, I heard that Teddi Mellencamp announced that she's living at Kyle's. So her and Eddie still have their original home, and they're doing the co-parenting thing where one parent leaves the house and the other parent comes back the week later so that the kids can stay in the same house. I think it's called nesting. I'm not really sure. But she's living at Kyle's place. Melissa Gorga has launched a sprinkle cookie line. It's supposed to be the ultimate butter cookies, and they're supposed to be extremely delicious, but of course, she's not making these. Like, these aren't her cookies. I think she should thank Teresa for throwing them cookies in the trash. She did post on social media and she said, "My passion for sprinkle cookies is finally available for you with Sprinkle Me by MG, the ultimate sprinkled butter cookie. That's as chic as it's delicious. Trust me, you will not want to throw these in the garbage." Also, Shane and Emily from The Real Housewives of OC have launched a podcast called Legally Brunette with Emily Simpson and Shane Simpson. Who the hell asked for this? Who wants this? Who gives a damn? Anyway, get down in the comments, you guys. Are you for this? Are you about to rush to listen to a podcast with Shane and Emily? Absolutely not me. But I appreciate her trying to come up with other streams of income. I really do. But no, ma'am. When the show picks up, Kyle and Dorit are finishing up their conversation. And it was just more of the same, which is starting to get me to the place where I'm thinking, I really need them to come up with something else. I don't want to see them doing this the entire season. Figure it out. Either you're going to make up and forgive each other or you're going to walk away from the friendship. I personally would not blame Dorit from walking away from this friendship. Kyle does not really seem like the best person to be friends with. The woman is always wanting to be right. She never wants to see the other person's side of the story, and her way is always the way to go, or it's the highway for her. And that's not a friendship. Friendships are supposed to be 50-50. You're supposed to be able to listen to their side and see your side at the same time. You're supposed to have compassion. You're supposed to give grace. And neither one of them, they're both short on grace right now. I mean, I don't blame Dorit though. Dorit says that Kyle is upset about those comments that she made about her fashion show, which were a little snarky, I have to agree. But she says that she was just joking, and I thought that she was just joking as well. These things that Kyle is upset with Dorit about are so small, so simple, and so obviously jokes. I don't understand this. It's as if she just wants to be pissed off with Dorit. Well, she says that Kyle likes to punish her friends. And personally, if I was Dorit, I would be all right with Kyle's silence. Her silence would be perfect for me. If you are a problematic friend and you are always thinking that you're right about some shit, please cut me off. I mean, if I'm not strong enough to cut you off, cut me off, please. I would have enjoyed the silence. Seriously. Now, Erica and Sutton had a side conversation. Sutton said, I cannot believe they are going back this far. And Erica says, oh, yes, this goes all the way back to 2019. And I laughed my ass off. I thought it was hilarious. And it was good to see Erica and Sutton having a little conversation. Now, Kyle has made fun of the Buca de Beppo. And I think every housewife on the show has made fun of the Buca de Beppo. I made fun of the Buca de Beppo, and I think that food at the Buca de Beppo is gross. I don't love it. I don't think that that's real Italian food. I really don't. Anyway, what does this have to do with this? The point is Dorit has made jokes. Kyle has made jokes. Get over it. Kyle's screaming that she needs a break. She's going through a separation. She lost her friend. Listen, all of those things are terrible. All of those things. However, it does not give you the right to treat other people like shit. We all have problems. We all go through things, but we don't have the right to take our anger out on others. We really don't, especially if when you realize the error, you don't go back and correct that. You don't go back and tell that person, I was going through something and I took my anger out on you and I'm sorry for it. You have to come back and correct it. Once you realize you have done wrong, you have to figure out a way to fix it. But people only do that if they give a shit. And I don't think that Kyle really did. She wants Dorit to give her grace. However, Dorit is going through something too. And I agree when Dorit says that you don't have the right to pick and choose when it's convenient for you to be friends with me. That's not friendship. Now, after Dorit continued to throw Erica under the bus, Erica decided, well, shit, I can't not be silent over here. I have got to jump in and say a little something. She explained that what she said to Andy on Watch What Happens Live was not to go against Kyle or to hurt Kyle. She was just letting Andy know that he should hold everyone's feet to the fire the way he holds her feet to the fire. Kyle saying that she was perfectly fine with Erica saying what she said on Watch What Happens Live, to me is just bullshit. I think that Kyle was very upset about it, but she's afraid of Erica, so that's why she didn't say anything. Now, Bo's on the side, she was cracking me up. She said these girls in this group, they will always give you face value. They never actually tell you exactly what they feel. They never express what's going on underneath. And I'm paraphrasing, and just lose it. They're over it. She said you never know what is really going on until they explode. And that is the truth. And that's how you know that majority of these girls are just coworkers and not real friends. Because real friends would just come out and say it like it is. And I think that's one of the things that I value in my friends. No matter if it's an easy conversation or a hard conversation, every one of my friends will say it like it is. However, the thing is even if it's a rough conversation, you have to say it with compassion. As they say, honesty without compassion is brutality, and real friends know the difference. Sutton jumps into the conversation. So here's the thing. Some of us are going to agree with this and some of us are not regarding the Garcelle and Sutton situation in this episode. Sutton jumps in and agrees with Dorit that Kyle has a bit of a problem when it comes to cutting people off that she is upset with, and that she has spoken to Kyle about this and Kyle is going to work on it. And nobody had a problem. Now, later in the episode, when Garcelle jumps in, when she agrees with Kyle that Dorit doesn't really know how to apologize, Dorit doesn't really know how to accept accountability, and I'm paraphrasing. Everybody was all over for Garcelle. Why is she getting involved? Why is she jumping in? Why is this happening? Why didn't people give that same energy to Sutton? Sutton jumped in. She said her opinion. She was Team Dorit. Garcelle jumped in. She said her opinion. She was Team Kyle. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to talk in this conversation because we are all sitting at the same table. Now, me personally, if this was me and my group of friends, I'm not jumping in. I'm not getting involved. These two are clearly going through something and they need to hash it out. So if I was Sutton, would I jump in? No. If I was Garcelle, would I jump in? No. I don't think we should climb up Garcelle's ass if we're not willing to do the same for Sutton. That's just my opinion. We all have one. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. The back and forth that they were doing, I thought was just high school behavior. Jennifer Tilly wants to eat her sandwich or her taco or whatever. Everyone is just picking at their food, but trying to listen, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Not me, girl. I would have ate all my damn food, had a drink, sat back. I can multitask. I'm a mom, for goodness sakes. I'm not doing this bullshit. Kyle then tells her that she apologizes. She's sorry. She acknowledges that she shouldn't have said some of the things that she said, especially the stuff on Amazon Live. She also acknowledges that she needs to work on her friendships and not cutting people off. I don't know if I believe her. I don't know if that was truly sincere, but I can say that I appreciated it. I appreciated that she acknowledged that she had some things to work on and that she was sorry. So I could go with that. I'll take that for now, but I don't really believe that she was honestly sorry. Erica leaning over to give Bo's advice. She said, save all your text messages. Delete nothing. I said, what the shit? You know, it made me laugh because I'm a person who deletes everything. I hate to have a cluttered phone. I go through, I make notes. As soon as I'm done with those notes, I delete them. As soon as I'm done with a conversation, I delete it. And it doesn't matter if it was just, hey, I'm going to the mall. We need to pick some stuff up at Macy's. I still delete it. I don't know why. I have never understood why people just keep everything. But I tell you what, if I was on a Housewife show, I would absolutely take Erica's advice. I would delete nothing. I would also be very careful because, Lord, you never know when your text message is going to be read out to the group. So Dorit apologizes as well. She apologizes for sharing the text messages with Erica. She also apologizes for making that joke at BravoCon. However, when she does say, I'm sorry that it hurt you, then it got to be, oh God, it's not a genuine apology. You're sorry that it hurt her, but you're not sorry for doing it. Come on. Come on. This is when Garcelle jumps in. And I was thinking, why are you jumping in right this moment? I understand that you have the right to say, Sutton jumped in, you jumped in, but I wouldn't. I just wouldn't have. But I do realize that Garcelle and Dorit have had a history. Even though I could have sworn, and I could be wrong because my memory is all over the place, but I thought that at the reunion and at the last episode of the show last season that Dorit and Garcelle made up, that they both apologized, and I thought that they would try to move forward. At some point, Garcelle makes some sort of comment about apologizing and moving forward, and I thought to myself, that is good advice, but have you moved forward with Dorit? I think that Garcelle and Dorit have some unsettled business that they need to handle. And I think that they should handle that privately, away from the rest of the girls. They could do it on camera because it started on camera. But I think it should just be Garcelle and Dorit having a little lunch and trying to work this out, because you can tell that Garcelle is still very upset with Dorit. And you can tell from the very first episode that Dorit still has a problem with Garcelle. She is still very much against Garcelle, and they both should try to work this shit out. I'm sick of the both of them going through this back and forth, but I can definitely understand Garcelle's reasons for not liking Dorit. That's just my opinion. But also, I would like to say that Erica's comments that she made about Sutton and Garcelle not really sharing much on the show, I have to stand by Erica with that. Garcelle and Sutton really need to bring a little more. especially Garcelle. If I'm sorry. We know that she's got children. She's filling the empty nest. We know she's an actress. We know she models. But what else is going on? I'm just saying, I love Garcelle, don't get me wrong. So after they make up and everything, which I think, first of all, I should say that I think Dorit handled the situation with Garcelle beautifully. She really did. It could have went all the way left, but she handled it. We see Bose talking to her daughter. Her daughter is so cute. Her daughter tells her that she went out and bought outfits, and Bose says, for you or for you and me? And she says, for you and me. And she says, I think that we should match every day. Her daughter went completely silent. I thought it was hilarious. Her daughter was thinking, no, ma'am, we're not doing that. And I remember as a little girl, me and my mom used to match. We were so cute. Anyway, Jennifer Tilly cracks me the hell up. She said she enjoyed when Kyle and Dorit were going back at each other. She said it was like watching a tennis match, and it really was. They were going serve for serve. Dorit says that she's pretty much over all of this. She says that she's going to start speaking up for herself. She's not going to let anyone walk all over her or mistreat her. And that's how I think everyone should live their life. I don't believe that anyone should go around life letting people mistreat them and talk shit to them. I'm not saying that you have to go around being rude to people, but I think that sometimes you just have to match energy. If you are good to me, I'm good to you. You want to treat me some kind of way, I'm going to do the same for you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame Dorit. I really don't. Then at some point we see Kathy brushing her teeth with her eyeshadow brush. Instead of just calling downstairs to the front desk and asking someone to please bring her a toothbrush. I don't think that that's cute. I thought it was disgusting. You are a grown-ass woman. You've got 37,000 assistants. If you couldn't pick up your phone and just say, hey, is it possible that someone can bring me a toothbrush? You could have had one of your people do it. That's gross. They get to this beautiful yacht and Sutton is captivated by this captain. All she can do is talk about this captain. She wants to be next to the captain. She says she wants him to park his yacht in her harbor. I said, okay, that was a bit TMI, but I feel you. I really do. Kathy trying to instruct the chef how to cook was a bit much. I'm thinking you are the same lady who can't call down for a toothbrush, but you working the grill at your place. I don't buy it. Let that man the hell alone. So Sutton jumps in again and asks Kyle and Dorit how they were feeling.
I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm hurt. It's from a deep, deep place of hurt. But I love you. I don't hate you.
Well, I appreciate that a lot. A lot. This is where I get. I mean, both of us are going through so much. And I am somebody that if I care about somebody, it weighs on me really heavily. And you don't need to be thinking about this right now. And I don't need to be thinking about this. We have really important life stuff going on that we really need all our energy for. And this is just stupid.
No, the irony of it all is that our husbands are closer than ever and definitely leaning on one another. And you and I are as far apart as we've ever been.
Kyle, cut the shit. I think that you're trying to gaslight Dorit into just forgiving and wiping all over all of this and just going back into this crazy friendship. I don't love it. However, I do agree that the husbands are living their best lives. They are relying on each other and having a good ass time. And here it is, Kyle and Dorit are arguing and fussing over some bullshit in Teddy Mellencamp. I mean, it's really ridiculous. Kyle did apologize again, and this time it did seem legit. We'll just have to see what happens. Kyle has a conversation with Garcelle, and she says she's feeling good about her conversation with Dorit. She feels like that they're going in the right direction. And I really hope so. And I hope that Kyle learns something about herself. You could be a better person. You could definitely be a better friend. Don't cut people off for months at a time just because you can't take a joke. Then they talk a little bit about the empty nest syndrome. Garcelle's kids are going away to college soon. She's going to be home alone. Kyle is going through all of her children growing up, moving out. Her husband has left. She's got one daughter who's still at home. She does have her other daughter who's there too, but she's in and out because she's an adult. She's got her own life now. And I agree with them. When my son moved off to the dorms and moved into college, it took me forever to figure out, and I think I'm still figuring it out. Who am I? Now that I don't have to be his full-time mom. What do I want to do with myself? And I think that's what Kyle and Garcelle are going through right now. They're just trying to figure out, who the hell am I now that I'm not with my children 24/7, when I don't have to make meals every single day, when I don't have to do all this laundry and, help with homework. Who am I now? I totally get that. Also, Kyle telling Garcelle that she sometimes text messages PK, that is going to come out sooner or later. Garcelle is going to tell someone who's going to relay that message to Dorit. And I think that Dorit's not going to take it very well. I don't know if I was in Kyle's position that I would still hold communications with PK. But, Kyle doesn't think of Dorit as a friend right now, so maybe she doesn't find that as breaking girl code. Then Dorit has a conversation with Sutton. Sutton tells us that her divorce with her husband took 3 years. I don't know why I didn't realize that they were divorcing for such a long time. I guess Sutton might have kept it a secret for a while. But Dorit tells her how she feels alone, and it's just her and the kids now. And she's trying to figure out the same thing as Kyle, which is why they would be good to be friends now. She's trying to figure out who she is now. And she says how much she appreciates Sutton's support. Sutton tells her that if she does end up going through with her divorce, please reach out to her. She is happy to help and sit right next to her in negotiations. And I tell you what, if I needed a divorce partner, Sutton would definitely be on the top of my list. And we find out about Bose and her man, as she refers to him, my man, my man, my man. Okay? She says that he is a very successful, gorgeous, and she says that he's bad as hell. So, listen, she showed pictures of him and I thought he was very attractive. She looked extremely happy, and it looks like she's gone through some things trying to date after her husband passed away, which is very understandable. And she says that her last boyfriend that she was dating prior to her current boyfriend was a complete liar and con artist. She said she asked him, was he sleeping with his ex? And he said yes. And I said, well, at least he told the truth. At that moment, it's done. It's over. At least he told you the truth. You do not have to think, wonder, and worry. But Jennifer took the cake. She said that she was dating some man who was a liar and a grifter. And when they would go to the restaurant, she would slide him her credit card under the table so they could pay to look like he was, a big man. There is absolutely no alternate universe, no worlds, no nothing where I'm sliding my damn credit card to some grown-ass man under the table so that he can pay with my money. Absolutely not. Now let me tell you, I do not mind pain. If we are in a relationship and you pay and then I pay, then you pay, then I pay, I'm fine with that. I really am. But I'm not going to slide you my credit card so you can pay, so you can save face. Absolutely not. What type of shit is that? Oh my gosh. I would rather just go out by my damn self. No way. That is just ridiculous. So Sutton's still interested in this man. Dorit gives him Sutton's number. Erica says, hey, are you single? Because she's interested. I said, oh my God. The man carries Sutton off the boat. I would have been so embarrassed. I mean, seriously, she could have gave that man her number herself. This is crazy for me. It felt like high school, but it was funny and it was cute. It was a good moment. So when they get back to the hotel, they're all getting dressed. They're all getting ready for dinner. Sutton is writing a speech to give to the girls. Even her makeup artist said, that's a little lengthy. That's a little long-winded. And nobody wants that. They weren't even able to really enjoy their meal the night before. And we find out that Kathy has taken some boudoir photos for Rick, and they're in the safety deposit box at the bank. And I said, well, what? So when he wants to see him, you got to roll down to the bank, take a look, and put them back in the box? That's weird, but okay. She says that I guess they were taken at the Caesar's Palace. She said they got big beds with mirrors. That is absolutely TMI. Kathy, please. And here we go with Garcelle.
I have a question.
Yes.
You reposted something Teddy wrote.
She tagged me, just like I would ordinarily. I reposted it.
When we had just talked about it earlier and you said you weren't friends with her.
I didn't say I wasn't friends with her. I said I'm not that close to her.
Excuse me, we're all close with her. Like,
I'm not close with her. Her and I are friends. We're not close. I said she's absolutely my friend. I don't think she would characterize our friendship as we're super close. But I was surprised that she tagged me. But I saw it was to promote her father, and I'm happy to promote her father's concert, so I reposted it.
do we really think that Grammy winner, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer John Mellencamp needs Dorit's support on Instagram? I don't think so.
Bringing up the fact that Dorit reposted a tweet from Teddy. Like I said before, Garcelle has every reason to dislike Dorit. She really does. I mean, Dorit has dropped a whole lot of microaggressions against Garcelle. Not only that, remember when she made that mail order bride comment about Crystal? I mean, Dorit is not the victim here in this Garcelle back and forth. However, I was happy that production put the flashback in because they are both wrong. Kyle is wrong, Erica's wrong, Garcelle was wrong. She never did say that she was not friends with Teddy. She said they were not that close. She never said that. And if Teddy tagged her in a social media post, she's allowed to retweet that shit. So I don't know why Garcelle had to bring that up, but she's allowed to do whatever the hell she wants to do with her social media. And Kyle and that snarky comment about John Mellencamp not really needing Dorit's support. I believe Dorit may have more followers on social media than John Mellencamp. And I'm not saying that John Mellencamp is not all that, because honey, listen, he is definitely a part of the soundtrack of my life, you know, back when he was John Cougar Mellencamp. But Teddy is not. We don't want to be bothered. Stop doing this shit. Now, Erica and Kyle having that side conversation, they have the right to have it. We saw Sutton have a side conversation with Erica the night before. So later in the episode, after Sutton's friendship, long-winded toes, wrapping each other's hands together like they're going to be best friends forever, she really did fuck up, in my opinion. I don't know why Sutton got on that damn bus and started all that yelling and screaming and hollering. Garcelle bringing up the whole Teddy Mellencamp situation thing all over again. It's not about Teddy, but it is about Teddy and blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? First of all, Erica has the right to have a side conversation if she wants to. All she said was, that's not exactly what she said last night or something like that. You just had a conversation with Erica the night before that. Now, Dorit yelling at Sutton, listen, Dorit yelled. Sutton was yelling too. Dorit and Sutton, just when you think that they might be able to become friends, it just gets all blown the hell up. I think that this entire episode, Dorit won. She was absolutely clearing the ladies left and right because she was speaking facts. She has a good memory, and what she was saying was what really happened and what really was going on. Sutton absolutely raised her voice first, and Dorit raised hers. Arguments work like that sometimes. You want to get loud? I can be louder. You know, we are petty people. I don't know. Throughout this entire episode, I'm riding with Dorit. I really am. I do think that Sutton was wrong for bringing this bullshit side conversation up. You just sent them through this long-winded chat, this ribbon ceremony, and then you get on this bus with your vodka and orange juice and you start this shit. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion, you guys. We all have them. You don't always have to agree with your girl because you have the right to your own thoughts and opinions. Get down in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. And until next time, bye.